If you're having buffering issues on your streaming device, you're definitely gonna wanna watch this video because I'm gonna tell you the causes of buffering and how to fix it. So let's get started. So why do you have buffering, folks? Well, I'm gonna tell you some causes of buffering and how you can potentially fix it. Right, the first reason why your device may buffer is because it needs a reboot, folks. So what you're gonna do is unplug your device, wait for around 60 seconds, plug it back in, and hopefully your device just needed a simple reboot to stop your buffering. But if that's not the case, the next thing you could try is if you're using, say, a VPN. If a VPN's not required on the app that you're using, turn the VPN off, folks, because VPN servers can massively swap your speed, folks, particularly if you're using a free one. If you want the best possible experience while you're using a VPN, I definitely recommend a paid VPN, folks, because it's less likely to bother on your streams and that. And if you are using a paid VPN, what I would suggest, if you've disconnected it and it's still buffering, what I would suggest is pick another server, pick another country. Say if you're connected to the UK, why not try Turkey, for example? Try and connect to a different server when there's not many people on it and see if that cures your buffering. But if it doesn't and it's none of the VPN's fault, the next thing you can do is reboot your router. So unplug your router, wait for about 60 seconds, plug it back in. It will take about 5 minutes for it to start up. Go back to the video you were watching and see if the buffering's gone. More often than not, it will be. But if you're still having issues, you could try looking for the movie or a TV show in another streaming app, folks. So that app that you may be using right now might be down. In that case, just try another streaming app. And I want to point out something very important when it comes to buffering. If you're always having buffering issues on your streaming device, what I would suggest is connect that device to Ethernet rather than Wi-Fi. Ethernet is much more stable than Wi-Fi is, folks, since Wi-Fi's a wireless connection is not gonna get that perfect signal, whether if you use an Ethernet cable and plug that directly into your device, that will always get the perfect signal, folks. So if you have Ethernet and it's still not working out for you and you're still getting buffering, what I would suggest next is to go and buy a streaming device, like an upgrade from your older one, for example. So let's say you're using a third generation FIRESTICK. Now if you're using a third gen FIRESTICK, of course it's gonna bother folks, because that device is nearing a decade old, folks. What I would suggest is don't go buy a new FIRESTICK, because FIRESTICKs are now restricted and you can't do much on them. What I would suggest is go out and buy a cheap Android box, like an Unbox or a Chromecast, or if you have money to spend and splash out on a streaming device, I would definitely recommend that NVIDIA Shield, because that is by far the best Android TV box on there. And that's not just my opinion, folks. That's just the fact that NVIDIA Shield is the best TV box for all users. It may be slightly out of your budget. If it is, again, you can go for something like an Unbox, a Chromecast, or some other streaming device. I would not recommend a FIRESTICK. Not that a FIRESTICK has any issues, it's just because FIRESTICK has restrictions now. And I would also consider checking your internet package, folks, because if you have an internet package, say it only provides 40 or 50 megabits a second, that's not good enough. You need at least 100 megs, folks, to have a decent internet connection, because that will be the best option for you, and it'll speed up your Wi-Fi, make it faster, even make your Ethernet faster, and hopefully it won't give you buffering or give you less buffering, folks. But if you still have buffering issues, the next thing you could try is upgrading your router. So say if you're only using a Wi-Fi 4 router, you could try and upgrade to a Wi-Fi 6 router or a Wi-Fi 6E router, folks. There's many options out there and at really cheap prices as well. Just remember to always get a decent router, folks, and not a one that will give you buffering all the time. So if you've got a decent internet connection, a decent TV box, a decent app, a decent VPN, or maybe you have the VPN turned off, and you're still getting buffering, the next thing I would suggest is create your own home server, folks. And what do I mean by that? I mean save all your content to your hard drive, or you can save all your content to a NAS like I've got, and this will give you zero buffering, folks. You don't even need the internet for such a basic external hard drive. For example, if you were to put 100 movies on a 1TB hard drive plugged into your Android box if it has a USB port, which I would definitely recommend getting an Android box with a Ethernet with a USB port. And yeah, so watch all your movies and TV shows from an external hard drive. You can also, as I said, buy a NAS, and that will give you no bothering if you have a decent internet connection, since it's on your own connection and not on somebody else's connection like Netflix. No matter what internet you go for, say if you got an internet package that's only 14 megabits a second, and that's still work fine on that, folks, since it's on your own network rather than on somebody else's network, like Netflix or Prime Video, for example, since you're not using their service anymore, you're using a hard drive. So that's a couple of ways to stop bothering. If you can think of more ways, let me know down in the comments below, because people always want to know how to stop bothering on them streaming devices. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and as always, with that all being said, have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.